But without further ado, here is my review of IDW Sonic number 2, at a time where IDW has nothing else. So it starts off with Sonic fighting a spider. That's pretty cool. The art's nice, and the action scene is very good. I have to give Adam Bryce Thomas a ton of credit because while it's inconsistent between the first and the second issue is leaps and bounds better than anything else the first issue had to offer because Tracy was cutting corners so he could complain about white people. So in the art department, this is much better. Story department, so Sonic defeats the giant spider, but then he comes back up and then Amy comes in to save the day. Okay, I think I know where this is going. It's gonna be a sonamy fanfiction. And again, everyone is unnecessarily fangirling around Sonic. You know, you guys have done a much better job at showing Sonic as being cool, other than not just telling us that he's cool and actually showing it. I mean, the comics last time could do it. Why can't this? So Amy saves Sonic and then tells him that he needs to come back to the Resistance, of course trying to get a kiss in the process. Now Amy herself acts very weird in this, and I'll talk about that later. But she tells Sonic that the Resistance needs his help. Unfortunately, though, he passes because he's looking for this new villain. And then they argue, and then this sheep Mobian comes by and says, help. It's kind of odd the way the sentence is phrased, really, but it's not even the worst sentence in this entire book. Of course, a silver medal definitely goes to this one. Tails pointed out something that's been bugging me. The last group of badniks we faced was way more organized. But Eggman hasn't shown up to claim responsibility. Subtly, not his forte. Ian, you're an English speaker. Why are you making these grammatical mistakes? Now I know a ton of Russians. They speak perfect English. Some of them don't even have accents. So, what excuse do you have? No, really, you might want to go back to your English class. And furthermore, how did that even get passed? I mean, I know a writer shouldn't be making these kinds of mistakes in the first place, but who edited this? The Milkshake Crew? And so Amy rallies everyone into the clock tower, and then she... What?
Oh my god, why? What were you thinking? Oh my god.
Here's the part that really pisses me off about this comic, is that, for some reason, Ian Flynn decided to turn Amy into Sally fucking Acorn. No, seriously. You could pass Amy off as Sally in this, and you would change nothing. The only difference is that something with the appearance of Amy is here. And I bet you that a good portion of people were saying, oh wow, Amy is being so cool in this issue, while at the same time calling Sally an annoying, superfluous character with no reason to be in the comics. To those of you who do that, I have one thing to say to you.
Stop it. Get some help.
And you want to know why this exists? Why it is done like this? As one giant middle finger. One last giant middle finger to the Sad AM fans and the original Archie Comics fans, saying, fuck you for liking Sally Acorn. Fuck you for getting invested into these characters. Because guess what? They ain't coming back, and they are pointless. And fuck you for preferring Sally over Amy, because Amy is perfect for Sonic. She would never do anything to him. So fuck you, Sally fans.
Yeah, fuck you too!
And considering the fact that Tangle's character description calls her a fan of Sonic if she was in Sonic's world, well, what that says to me is that Tangle is going to replace Amy. She is replacing Amy. So Ian is covertly trying to shove Sonamy into the whole fucking comic by having a character to replace Amy as a result of her being used to replace Sally, just to say fuck you. And don't give me that talk about, no, she's a new character. No, Tangle is Amy. And and by the way, let's make Knuckles completely useless. And let's just make Amy the actual leader. Are you just trying to piss people off and then rub salt into the wound? Because that's how you rub salt into the wound. And let's have Amy say, "Oh, he commanded all right, but who do you think kept things organized?" Fucking hell. Quit with this goddamn purse puppy shit. It's not cute that you've made Amy a combination of Annie Wilkes and Sally fucking Acorn. That's not cute or endearing, it's just awful. Awful. And insulting. So, IDW now is just gonna be a huge sonamy fanfiction. Fuck me. And I haven't even finished this comic. Not that it really matters. The next few action scenes are just Amy becoming Sally Acorn again. Oh, and then the funny thing is that the power of love reaches
For 9,000!
and they become overpowered, and they have a romantic moment with lasers and croquet. God damn it, stop! Stop! We get it, Ian, you want to play with your man boobs, but could you write a good story first, and then play with your man boobs? Because this is just garbage. Sonic is unlikable, Knuckles' role has been completely downplayed, so what's the fuck of even having Knuckles in this comic anyways? It's become so blatantly obvious that Amy is now Sally, and Tangle is just their Amy replacement, because fuck you. Fuck you for thinking that Amy was cool before. And fuck you for thinking that Sally was cool, because Sally's unimportant. Amy's the new Sally. Fuck you. Oh god, I'm sorry if I'm going on about this, but dear god, it's so stupid. Oh, and while we're at it, let's make the main character a complete idiot because he's a dude, and he only cares about food. I mean, the art's nice, but that's about it. I feel sorry for Adam Bryce Thomas being forced to work on this comic. He can do so much better, and he deserves far better than this. I'm sorry if I'm offending people, but he does. He does deserve much better than this. You know, with crap like this and that stupid-ass diatribe he wrote a few days back, this has just led to people now posting salami fanfictions and salami fan art on Twitter. It's fucking insane. So now the Sonally fans are doing exactly what the Sonamy fans did to the Sonally fans, because they're pissed. Like, people are legitimately starting to get pissed at this thing. And while we're at it, let's make this comic book dated. Because, yeah, people still like selfies. People still do that commonly. Please buy our book. While this comic is more focused than the last one, I can't recommend this one at all. This issue just tries way too hard to piss off Saturday M fans. And quite honestly, that, I think, is the worst facet of this thing, is that it's just trying to piss off a certain group of customers. And the fact that it's just led to salami becoming a very popular shipping now. So nice going, Ian. Nice going. Not only did you ruin one character, but you've ruined another one. And it's your favorite one. So, I have a favor. Could you shut that bathtub you call a mouth and just write a good issue? I'm sorry, but you are capable of writing perfectly good issues. Otherwise, Eggman's dozen wouldn't have been as good as it was. Now shut up, sit down, and write something better, and quit pulling this nonsense. 'Cause you got nowhere to run, and you got nowhere to hide. Might as well face the fans face to face and say, okay, I screwed up, I'm going to try to work harder to make a better comic book, instead of just complaining about it on Twitter, and telling your fans to go attack your critics. So in short, IDW Sonic number 2 is a horrible Sonamy fanfiction. There are much better Sonamy fanfictions on the internet. There are much better issues that have been written by Ian Flynn. Although, quite honestly, if you want to get a good issue, I'd suggest going to pre-Ian Flynn stuff, because that's actually guaranteed to be good. That's about all I have to say now. Bye.